This is SaberCats Rugby. Welcome to the show. My name is Lauren Leal, and are you ready to vote SaberCats Rugby in 2024? You will be after learning the difference between a rugby ball and a football. How about a touchdown or a try? How about a field goal or a penalty kick? See, the sport of rugby is centuries old, created in the 1800s to be exact, but it's not much different than football, having similarities in soccer and basketball as well. The great game of football was actually derived from rugby. Get ready, because it's time to get physical on the field. This is SaberCats Rugby. Some simple rules about the sport of rugby. The game is a total of 80 minutes on a running clock, like soccer. There are two halves of 40 minutes with a hydration break each half, split by a 15-minute halftime. Each team's goal is to score in the opposing team's territory in the try zone, or in football, you say end zone, and then kick for extra points on the conversion. 15 players per team with a 23-man roster. Now for the fun part. Hey Vic, what's a scrum?
Well, Lauren, imagine a line of scrimmage come alive. It's 18 players that look like Hulk with controlled aggression trying to win the ball back. It's a huge wrestle for the ball, and it's a way to restart the game.
Well, what about a line out? Isn't that like basketball too, where you check the ball in bounds to your teammate, except he's just being held in the air?
Well, a line out is if a basketball tip-off went to the Olympics. It's a way to restart the game once the ball has gone out of bounds. Picture guys moving on the floor and picking guys up as high as the sky can go.
Guess what? These players compete every week without pads or helmets, which brings me to the physicality of rugby. Hey, have you ever been tackled?
I've been tackled way too many times, but I've also done the tackling. Rugby is aggression in its purest, most truest form, and tackles happen about 200 times a game. Once you do get tackled, however, you've got plenty of options. You can either try and get the ball away whilst being tackled, or you go to ground and a big wrestle for the ball occurs. But overall, it's the most beautiful thing in rugby is a big hit on a Saturday night.
And that's what makes this so fun. Well, Vic, take us home. How many points do you gain from a try and a conversion kick?
Well, rugby's got its own version of a touchdown, which we call a try. For a try, you get 5 points. After that, you've got an opportunity to kick for an extra 2 points, which is called a conversion. Here you go, Lauren.
Thanks, Vic. He's a SaberCats coach with lots of experience playing rugby in South Africa, where he's originally from, like many of the players on the current roster. They travel from all over the world to play for the SaberCats. And speaking of the team, next we meet the Cats. Coming up, meet the team and learn their journey into Major League Rugby. Then watch out, you may see a SaberCat in the community as these athletes participate in outreach programs and educate Houston about the great sport of rugby. And later, we take you behind the scenes at exclusive looks at SaberCats Stadium, where one of the 12 teams play in the MLR. All coming up on This is SaberCats Rugby. For more information about all things SaberCats, check us out online at HoustonSaberCats.com and purchase your tickets to a match today.
Houston, big things are coming. As you may know, I love the sport of rugby. And as most of you may not know, Houston has a professional rugby team, the Houston SaberCats. The SaberCats have been out in the community doing so much good this offseason, helping out at the Ronald McDonald House, running marathons, thank God they did, not me, and teaching the next generation of players how to become part of the team. But they like to have fun here at Gallery Furniture. These guys are tough. Did I pass my tryout? I'm now part of the SaberCats, right? I love it. So remember, don't sleep on the Houston SaberCats. And where's SaberCats Stadium?
It's south on 288 and Airport Boulevard.
288 and Airport Boulevard. We'll see you there for some exciting SaberCats rugby, and I'm sure I'll score a bunch of tries.
Welcome back. The Houston SaberCats are the most diverse team in in the most diverse city in America, H-Town. These players are not only from the U.S., but a majority of these professional athletes travel from around the globe to play for Houston's professional rugby team, the Houston SaberCats. Now it's time to meet the Cats. Ronan, what do you like about Houston so far?
I mean, the weather has been perfect.
Really?
No, it's been,
I was about to say, I have never heard anybody say that about H-Town.
no, the weather has been a struggle, but San Francisco kind of has bipolar weather too, so I'm kind of used to it. What I've been liking the most is like the food, the atmosphere downtown has been great, so looking forward to being able to explore a little bit more.
All right, Yuan, so you grew up in South Africa playing the sport of rugby, the most known sport in South Africa. How did the opportunity come about to come to America to play in the MLR?
A couple of friends and me, when we were at Stellenbosch University, we were talking about how fun it would be to possibly play rugby in America, because I mean, you just see the country and everything about it on movies and whatnot, and yeah, and then one day we saw that there was a league and it became more of a reality, and then my agent is friends with my used-to-be coach at Atlanta, where I was playing. I've got opportunity to get a contract over here and come playing.
So Gideon, you talk about growing up and learning from Coach Heineke, and now you get to play for him. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's a big experience for me. It's something I never imagined. I was 12, 13, 14 years old when he coached the Springboks, our national team. And I mean, it's every boy's desires to meet the Springbok coach and the Springbok team. And the knowledge that guy has about rugby it's something big. He's coaching you off the field as well. But I think for America, he's a great guy to be here to grow the game and to get people here, because he's a big name in the rugby world. And there's no better coach, I think, than Heineke Meyer. So it's great to have him here. And like I said, I was 13 years old. We played a primary school match in Johannesburg, and he signed a photo for me. I didn't go up to him. My mom went up to him and said, listen, can you just sign this and everything? And he signed there, and he said best wishes. And I always wished, yes, I want to be coached by him. I want to play for him one day. And just that dream came a reality.
Dom, you started with the forwards as a flanker, and now you're a center on the backs. What is that transition like? Do you like that? How do you feel about it?
No, I enjoy it. Definitely, it's a lot more running, but you'll see me in the back line just always looking at the forwards and seeing what they're doing, you know, scrums, mauls, lineouts, all that, but definitely a lot more space with ball in hand, and a lot more communication and governing the forwards around, and a lot of play calling. So it's almost just like football when I was playing at DB. It's a lot of communication that has to go on. So it's a lot more in the back line than it is in the forward pack.
Do you like it better?
Coach Pote is hearing this? No. Coach Ryan hearing this? Yeah.
Well, speaking of football, you played at West Oregon with the Wolves, and so tell me about the transition into football, into rugby, and how that even came about.
Yeah, so I honestly didn't know anything about rugby until college. Me and a couple of my boys, we were just hanging around and talking about what we're going to do after football season, what we're going to do after practice. And one of our boys actually went out to rugby practice, and he invited us to go out just to throw the ball around and have some fun. I didn't know what it was, so being me, I like all kinds of sports. Doesn't matter what it is. So I was like, figure, why not just give it a try, see what it's about. And then after that first practice, I just never looked back. I just kept going, and I had to hide it from my football coach. And then I think it was like the next year or 2 years, I finally told him, I was like, hey coach, I want to play rugby, but still play football. And he told me no, but I kept pushing. It's like, coach, I'm gonna go to rugby practice. And he finally like gave in, but.
Yeah, I chose rugby. You know, growing up, I was the runt of the friend group, runt of the family. I was the shortest kid in 8th grade, and
That is very hard to imagine.
I know. The doctor told me I'd be 5'9". and I cried. I literally ran home and
you
cried.
are 6.
I'm 6'2" now.
2.
So finally, God was looking out for me. But people say, why didn't you play football in college? Well, I could have at the small schools, the Ivy League schools, but rugby was a sport that you don't have to pass that physical eye test to excel in the sport. It comes down to your skills and your mental IQ and your knowledge of the game and seeing space, where that's where I excelled in rugby, whereas football I was good, but I lacked a lot of the physical abilities. And so when I was 15, I went over to London, played with the U16 national team, and that opened my eyes to the broader world of rugby. And it gave me insight that I could potentially play this sport for a living one day and travel the world and represent my country. And that's been the biggest honor, is to go around the world singing the national anthem with USA crest on my chest in foreign territories. Like it's a thrill. It's this rush of energy and emotions and nerves and excitement and joy. But that's why I play it. It's opened up doors. It's allowed me to see new cultures and meet incredible people and continue trying to grow as a person.
You're constantly feeding your mind, feeding your soul, feeding your body with, like you said, this positive mindset with whatever you want to accomplish and do. What is it that you want to accomplish this season?
There's rugby-specific goals when it comes to, I want to be back of the year. I want to produce the best brand of rugby that Christian Dyer can produce. But it's how can I become the best Christian Dyer possible? And that's both as a rugby player and that's as a human. How can I be the best son to my mother and father? How can I be the best brother to my brother and brother to my sister and teammate and an inspiration to the next generation coming up? So it's very all-encompassing, where rugby now is just a part of my life. It's not the only thing. And it's a really big breath of fresh air. It's taken pressure off of myself, and it's allowed me to go explore other interests in my life that I really never really explored when rugby was just the focus.
It was hard because if I got hurt in rugby, then I definitely was done with football.
How do you stay prepared and ready in the off season whenever game 1 does get here?
I've been surfing a lot, it's been nice to relax a bit. I never really had a big break, since school. I've been playing the whole time and never really had more than a few weeks off. So it's been nice to have a few months of doing a lot less, but I still stay fit, obviously, go to the gym, go running. And then I actually started playing for a semi-pro team in London for a couple of months, which was good.
Growing up in the house I grew up in, there was a painting on our wall. I think I was still a baby, probably like 1 year old, already dressed in Springbok clothes and a rugby ball in my hand. So, I think since I was born, it's always been a big thing, and I fell in love with the sport from a very young age, and was just so excited to get on a field and play with your friends, and then later on it actually turned into a little bit of a career. So yeah, I've always loved rugby since a young age. It's been a big part of my life until now.
What was it like coming to America to play the sport of rugby?
It was a little bit of a change. Not gonna lie, I was quite nervous coming over at first. But I settled in really quickly, and after a few months I was like, it's the best decision I ever made. I've enjoyed my game so much since I've come here. I felt like at the end of rugby in South Africa, I lost my love for the sport a bit, and then I think it was like a couple of months in here, I told someone as well. I just fell in love with the sport all over again. Really enjoying the rugby over here, and a lot of energy, a lot of smiles. Training's been very good as well. So yeah, it's been great actually, just being around everyone, especially new faces coming in, being great guys as well. So that just adds to the culture, and I think it's gonna be something exciting to see this year.
Davey, you're a great kicker. You finished second in points out of the entire MLR last season. What are you looking to accomplish this year?
Yeah, I think even coming second, that wasn't really like the main goal. The start of the season, I didn't really focus that much on my individual goals. I knew that if I put in the work and the team does what we're trying to do, those things will look after itself. So obviously I do set personal goals before every season, and I'm always going to be chasing the #1 spot on that leaderboard, but essentially it's always, for me, the first goal and the main goal is about the team.
If you could describe this team in one word, what would it be?
Hardworking, courageous, I'd say as well, in the sense that those boys just never lie down. It's always easy for them to pick themselves up and actually wanting to go out there and win again.
Up next, it's been a busy off-season for the team. Let's check out the Cats in the community. Then, where do the SaberCats play? Their home field, of course. We take you to SaberCats Stadium. Stay tuned for more. This is SaberCats Rugby.
For more information about all things SaberCats, check us out online at houstonsabercats.com and purchase your tickets to a match today.
We have been partners in medical care providers with the SaberCats from the time the franchise first came to Houston. And that's really important to us. It's given us an opportunity to get to know the team, to get to know the organization, and to provide that sort of longitudinal, thoughtful, evidence-based care that we're known for.
Presented by Baylor Medicine.
Welcome back to This is SaberCats Rugby. So where do Cats tackle, scrum, and score tries? That's right here at SaberCats Stadium, located off 288 and Airport. And when the off-season hits, Cats take over Houston in the most impactful way. Recently, these athletes have visited the Ronald McDonald House, spending quality time with these patients while bringing smiles to their faces. In October, the boys huddled together to transform the place into a haunted house for a fun Halloween party. Teammates Loritz, Davey, and President Mike Sheehan then ran the 10K for the organization. And while the SaberCats thought they had everyone beat at the Christmas tree contest with ornaments filled with pictures of patients and cats, lights, and a jersey topper, they didn't walk away in first place at the Ronald McDonald House, but they were winners by bringing joy to the children. Speaking of school visits, newcomer Simu Smith and second-year Gideon Van Wink made a visit to Spring Branch Elementary with the Jet Telesic Foundation to distribute Columbia jackets to replicate Christmas presents to 4th and 5th graders. SaberCats even had some fun at the University of Houston in their annual Cage Rage as students learned about the sport of rugby. SaberCats learned whose house traditions while the Cougs enjoyed some yellow and black spirit. And if you haven't heard of the Harvest Kitchen, they are doing good works by providing meals to underprivileged folks like war veterans and the homeless community in the city of Houston. Your SaberCats got a chance to assist with packaging food and spending time learning their inspirational stories. And speaking of food, what do the Cats munch down on or listen to when they aren't in the community or on the field? Let's find out. See this, what is life beyond rugby for you?
I don't think I have a life beyond rugby. But yeah, when we have off, I play golf, go fish.
What's your favorite food?
Steak.
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 Sam, what is your favorite food?
Lasagna.
Your favorite genre of music?
Country or rap, depends on what part of my day.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Country.
Is there any other genre here or not? Oh, there is. All the boys have Luke Combs on the whole time. That's another thing I'm actually not big on, is country.
So AJ, every season, your hair turns from black to blonde. Why is this?
At first, there was got fined in Seattle. Got fined, and I had to roll the dice in. And what came on the dice was to dye my hair blonde. So it started off as that. I was only meant to last for 1 week, but we played that weekend, had a good game, so I left it on. And then, yeah, so it's just been a ritual for me now so you might see it come back this season. We'll see. So yeah, so I'll do it for the first week, and if I have a bad game, then obviously we'll go back to black.
Country music and fishing is a common theme with this team. Hey, don't go anywhere. Next, things get emotional for one of the Cats. Then we dive into SaberCats Stadium, where one of the 12 teams in the MLR call home. Don't touch that dial. More, this is SaberCats Rugby on the way. For more information about all things SaberCats, check us out online at HoustonSaberCats.com and purchase your tickets to a match today. Hey everyone, I'm Lauren.
I'm Christian Dyer.
And we're with the SaberCats here at iCryo Westview. I'm so excited to try this facility out. It's all about increasing circulation while decreasing inflammation.
Yep, I come here weekly. It's a game changer for my recovery, helps me perform the best on the field. And today, Lauren's in for a treat. We're gonna show her the ropes, show her everything we do here. So let's go.
All right, let's go.
Well, what'd you think?
Christian, I see why you come here weekly. It is amazing, from the red light bed to the sauna to the cryotherapy. I mean, it all just, my body feels so good.
Yeah, I come here 2-3 times a week. Everything about it has made my life better, especially my sleep. And as you guys know, I'm a snob for sleep. And this is one of the main reasons why I get quality sleep every single night.
Yep, iCryo Westview, where you elevate your lifestyle. The SaberCats move across the country, even the globe, to give everything they have physically on the field to play the sport they love while remaining humble along the way. But some of their journeys aren't so smooth, and loved ones are lost. You are on the wider squad for USA Rugby. What does that mean to you? And when you get the call, can you tell me, your thoughts of what it would be like to play for the USA?
No, yeah, I was kind of speechless when I got put into the pool and my name was on there on the USA Rugby post. It means a lot because, I mean, to represent your country doesn't matter what it is, but to represent having that USA, patch on you, it's a big deal. And for me, it's a huge deal because I always wanted to represent my family in the best way possible. And to have that Akina on the last name, like on my back, or having a USA right next to it, means a lot to me, and to show like my family, like we did it in a way. So yeah, it means a lot.
Where do you seek your inspiration from, Dom?
I guess from my grandma and my brothers. They mean everything to me, so yeah.
Why is that? They raised you?
Grandma did. She passed away, so she means a lot.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now you have a family of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it like, being a dad and splitting that time, family time, and then coming here to play for them?
No, it's awesome. Right after rugby, I just go straight home, and my kid's just running to me when I open that door. So it means a lot. I love them. Family's everything to me, so it's huge.
The Cats were founded in 2017 and built their own stadium 2 years later. That is the only stadium in the MLR built just for the great game of rugby. It's the place we call home, with aspirations of bringing the championship shield in 2024. SaberCats Stadium. Well, Houston, you've met the team and are educated on the sport of rugby. Our Cats have been giving it their all this offseason on the practice field and in the gym while participating in various outreach programs. Now is the time to secure your seat and vote for SaberCats Rugby this 2024 season. Come out and enjoy professional rugby action on the pitch Saturday nights at 7, March through July. We look forward to seeing you, SaberCats fans. Remember, vote for SaberCats Rugby 2024. We are counting on you, Houston. My name is Lauren Leal, and this is SaberCats Rugby.
Houston, let's ride. Take pictures with the Cats crew, have fun with Scratch, and cheer the boys on to victory. We're counting on your vote, Houston. See you there. Get your tickets now to see all the rugby action by going to HoustonSaberCats.com/tickets.
Houston, it's time to vote for SaberCats Rugby in 2024, Saturday nights at 7 p.m. We need you right here at SaberCats Stadium. Get your tickets now to see all the rugby action at HoustonSaberCats.com/tickets.